Well, happy post-carnival day. Hi, guys. Of course, Callie Francois with Keith Fustel next to me. But not crazy prices, but still some pretty good racing, I thought, yesterday. We were talking about the Norm Cash horse, Plot the Dots, kind of coming back
Yeah.
into winning ways. That, for me, that was nice to see it because I am a fan of that horse.
Yeah, horse got good position, kind of maybe riding a little bit of the wave of the racetrack. That track kind of was tricky to figure yesterday because a lot of horses early, like high and wide, was working a little bit, especially in that race. And then you saw Laward wanted slip up the rev. But Plot
Right.
the Dots back on his game, back at Laurel Park,
Yep.
a place he likes. And we talked about it on the show. He's going to get a little bit more flow in that race than what he found out last time when he was in stakes competition here. So he got that relaxed and was able to put away the favorite by about the mid-stretch and just kicked away. Good effort there. Looked like the old Plot the Dots.
Old Plaza Dots are paying $12 there that day for Norm Cash. We've got a fast track. Little bit of moisture. It looks like they're just kind of. It looks like they're sealing it a bit right now.
Yeah.
Temperatures dropped a little bit. Little bit frosty this morning, Keith.
Yeah, it was a little bit chilly. We're kind of. I looked at the extended forecast. We're in this kind of rut, the
Yes.
mid 40s and then getting down to the high 20s at night. Possible rain, possible flurry. So it doesn't look too beautiful in the future. But hey, we're going to make it work anyhow.
This is January.
We've got action, and some horses really relish the off track. So maybe they've been waiting for that kind of surface, and they may get it later today or even next week. But yeah, good time. Good day yesterday.
Yeah.
We were around it a lot. Cal had a good time. Ended up going up to Greenmount Station last night. All your fans up there, Greenmount, Gary, Tasty Cake, Dave. It's like romper
Oh
room
my
in there
gosh.
on a Saturday night.
You just introduced me to new characters right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Teresa, the
They're
teller,
new
she's
characters.
kind of like the ringleader. She's got to take care of all of them. She's the
Okay.
teacher and keeping her
Okay.
sanity too. So it was a good time up there. Saw some friends. So yeah.
Good deal. Here we go. Let's see if we can give them any more storylines here
All
for
right.
this Sunday race card. Starting in race number 1, of course, the early pick 5
Mm-hmm.
starts in race number 1. We've got that industry low take-up. Starts in this maiden special weight, Keith. Mile on the dirt for the fillies and mares. You go with the number 2 Sullivan Street.
Yeah.
Mary Epler, Angel Cruz. You just said you had a conversation with her about
Yeah, I
this
talked to her
horse.
about LaMarvelous. Yeah, LaMarvelous yesterday, a horse, that we had talked about a few years ago. I said, I kind of mentioned it. So you ever get a horse, that might be something you use, a little twist on that. So good to see him win, and I thought it was pretty impressive yesterday.
Was.
See if we can run it back with Sullivan Street, though, make it 2 openers for the connections. But freshened up. You've got a bunch of horses here that are coming back on short rest and ran kind of demanding races. That's the key for me. This horse is working forwardly, was improving before the break. That race, albeit it was for 30, we're jumping up maiden special weight race. I think this is like a step sideways, all things considered, because they all kind of key
Agreed.
up. Was good enough. You're going to get, a little bit more experienced rider in Angel Cruz today. Maybe she kind of stay within range and grind it out, and this field comes back to her the last eighth of a mile.
Okay, you also have the number 3 underneath, Blue Moon Bunny for Tom McMahon. Gets JV and Toledo Day. Nice effort out on a bit of a track with moisture day, which it could be leaning towards that a little bit, but goes from the 7 to the 8, which is a move I do like.
Yeah, I couldn't quite catch Brazina last time on a track that held speed a little bit better. Snuck up the inside. Thought this one was going to get second. Did not. But making that progression in distances, it's a good move for this trainer. I think this horse will be able to sit. There's going to be some flow. I think the one's going to send. I think you're going to see Barzina up forward. I think she'll steadily progress. Just got to avoid that little hang through the final eighth of a mile. 2, 3, 6, 7. I think the 6, obviously the one to beat in
Right.
here. I think another one making that step up an extra furlong is game. Will be into the race earlier. Similar trip Barbosa gave to LaMarvelous yesterday, and see if she can hang around.
Obvious go is the 6, but I go 3, 6, 1, 7. As you mentioned, Keith, you go 2, 3, 6, 7.
Real quick, that firster, you're using the 7 as well.
Right.
And from a breeding standpoint, pay attention here.
Yes.
I didn't want to forget about her.
Harley-
By Go Zapper, a little late to the races here out of Harley Rose, unraced mare. But a half to Bella of the North, who was pretty good in
Yes.
her own right. A little bit of a deeper closer going 7/8
Yep.
of a mile. So if things get hot and heavy, if anything kind of like the sis there, might be able to just make that steady move to get up. Not a killer field and debut that she's got to face. Yep.
No, so we'll see how that wraps up for that first-time starter of the half to that stakes winner, and we'll find out. But we're also going to find out what happens in a couple seconds on Keith's early pick 4
Yeah.
ticket. You've got to take it as per usual lined up, but your middle pick 4 hit yesterday.
Well,
didn't
one
it?
that I played. I should have
Yeah.
put that one up. But
It-
we had
fine.
we had a little bit of a change there late with the one Gary Cap that I really like got scratched. I kind of defaulted into Malibu Beauty, so that's a story for another. No big deal. 25910. 16 bucks here is this ticket. 4 deep to get you started. I think this is a wide open race number 2. Trim it down. The 2 and the 4 Marley's Ghost for Trombetta. I like that one today in race number 3. Race 4, 2, 4, 5, and 6. See if we can get fun-loving criminal home and give him a little Scooby snacks when he's done. And race 5, single the 4. Then come morning off the claim here for Phil Capuano.
Starts in this second event, claiming 8,000, a one-turn mile on the dirt for the 4-year-olds and up. And let's go right away to that video that we've got on Oxide, our shared top selection. This one's for Lacey Gaudette. Gets Bryson Butterfly back in the saddle today.
Kelly, I like the improvement. This one was coming off the break. Yeah, January to August at Timonium, no good there. Okay, the next. But, man, it's just getting better and better and better. I thought the two-back race was really good with some trouble down inside and just kept on churning. But this effort is good as well. Honor the Fleet, just kind of too good up front that day for Kieran. But very willing to the wire, has wins at the distance. Coming back, Lacey Gaudette, the last 3 years on the dirt, dug up this stat for you, 9 for 25, 36%. Okay, 13 of 25 in the money. These claimers with the ascending figures, 294 that ROI. That's a good one, close to $3. Getting better and better and better. Will he come back and be able to run at 74? I'm not sure, but he's going to have to run like a high 60 buyer, I think, to get it done in a wide open race. There's some questionable speed types in here. You don't know what Kraken Wagon's going to do, dropping back down. The last time he was in for a tag, he absolutely whistled by about 16. So, yeah, how about Oxide to work out a trip?
Absolutely. Why not? You also go with the number 5 underneath along with Camp Pendleton, Rudy Sanchez, Solomon, Charlie Marquez. A little bit of a throwaway race last time out. Charlie just ended up wrapping up on him last time out. But that he can kind of go either which way. I like the 6-1 that you have underneath.
Yeah, you should. You got to get a fair price on any of these horses in here. If anybody maybe gets overbet, it might be Kraken just because of that drop. We'll see, and Barbosa factor, but inexplicably a poor effort last time. I like it when jocks come back, though, on a horse when they were beaten 16, 18, 20, 30 lengths. Okay, I'll give it a pass. This horse is capable, certainly capable at this level. Gets the distance. Another one. Doesn't need the lead. Can sit and finish in here.
I like that angle with it. So you go 10-5, 9-2, and I also include the 2, but I go 10-3, 6-2 there at the start of the early pick 4. Race number 3 is another maiden special weight that we've got going on. That's 7 furlongs on the dirt for the strict 3-year-old fillies. You land on the number 2, Marley's Ghost.
Yeah.
Michael Trombetta gets the blinkers on. I have this one underneath with Johan Rosado. Mike Trombetta has been doing pretty decent. He's been kind of upping it up with the blinkers on as of late. It's been working out for him here.
Yeah, I mean, there's some angles here. Third out is pretty good here for Trombetta. What I like, most of these horses are kind of come from behind horses. 7/8 of a mile. I like that speed kind of stalking trip. Maybe not the deeper closer. Marley's Ghost last time out. I'll toss that one. This horse was making a little bit of a move to the quarter pole, 5 and 6 wide. The kid just wrapped up 3/16 below home. Now we got Lasix on. Something might have gone amiss. Blinker is on. Took a little play in both those races. Now we're going to the regular maiden special weight. No speeds, blinkers. Let's go. Let's just go to the front and see how far we can go with Marley's Ghost.
Absolutely, I like it. Like I said, it worked for him, so I saw that. Attractive underneath. Your value play of the day, but you also go underneath with Synergy's Electra. We've got a video. I have this in my top selection as well. Charlie Marquez for Kenny Cox today. Really nice effort. Not quite last time out. Just kind of tracking. Was targeting those 2 speedsters in the front.
Yeah, this is going back to November the 6th. This is a good race. Got into position, was a little bit further back the next 2 tries, but this is 7/8 of a mile on a fast track, something close. She might get. We might have a little bit more moisture seeing that track, Callie, out there.
Yes.
But good run, good finish. Fast track just a little too good. Came back to run well in stakes. Synergy's Electra closed against the grain of the racetrack on the 30th of December. Lasix going on is the one that probably you're going to have to maybe deny for that charge late through the stretch. So Marley's Ghost might be having a look in the rearview mirror and see she might be rolling right up alongside.
She might, but I sometimes you wish they would with some of these riders and some of these horses just to see how things could get interestingly. You also go with the number 7 underneath Reckless Kelly, another blinkers on situation for Mikey. For this one for Mikey Gorham, and frankly, kind of needs it. Stretches out a little bit here today, a bit. I could say I think this horse is a bit one paced. Even though came from off of the pace first time out, I think as we get going, just a little bit more one paced.
Mhm.
Just needs to get the blinkers on, just to kind of really get things really alert.
Yeah, good pickup. I did not get the blinkers on my early PPs. That was
Okay.
a late move. That's always a little sneaky move. I like that. A good education and debut at 5.5 furlongs. Showed a couple runs. Was up early. You don't see it really in the line. Drop back and then came again. Just a slight flattening out at 17-1. That was a brutal beat for Willard Knight in the exacta last time out.
Yeah.
Trombe nailed this one at the wire. Might sustain a little bit better here with the blinkers going on. I think this daughter's of Good Magic's got a little bit of talent. I'll let you talk about the one if you've got some notes. Kill Britain's Red, because I tell you what, this one's bred to be a runner. Have to some really good horses.
Honestly, I don't.
Okay.
So go ahead and delve.
All
I
right.
mean, her dirt. Meldina, her from what she's produced, her dirt progeny, 23% on the dirt with her winners. So let's delve into
Okay.
that a little bit. Lacey Gaudette, though, 5 for 7 as of lately, in the money with these first-time starters at the maiden special weight
Right.
level. So that was the thing that caught my attention as well.
I think I used that stat a while back on that. You're right. Pay
Yeah.
attention when they're protected first time out for Lacey. But by Golden Sense, a 13% first out stallion, have to burn identity. Stakes type, won a lot of money the hardest way. She trained half brother, 3 Hawk, same connection. So the talent is there. There's some really good runners. Works just a little, seem a little bit sluggish, but maybe, they don't need to do a whole lot. Maybe she's got that talent and she'll show it. She'll bring it out today. This barn where they team up, they mean business. So pay attention a little bit. Tab the tote board, check the board on the money coming in on the one, Kill Britain's Red.
2471 Kilburton's Red, as Keith Fusel mentioned, and I have that one underneath as well for the Gaudette Barn. Race number 4 starts the Rainbow Pick 6. Of course, I've got a ticket lined up, and here is how I play it. In race number 4, I go 4 wide, and then I've got 2 singles today. I've got the single in on Then Come Morning. This is also your top selection, I believe. I think might be your best bet. Gets the blinkers on for Phil Capuano first, of course, in the barn for Phil coming. This was Dale claimed this one last time out. And then my single, I go ahead and take, I could have gone 2 wide, but then my ticket would have been a little expensive. So I go with City Creek. That one is for David Howard, gets J-Ron Barbosa. J-Ron Barbosa on both of my singles. So that does make me feel a little bit better as, of course, he's still flying high, going strong there. But race number 4, 6, and 8, I go 4 wide in those events. And in race number 7, I end up going 3 wide there. Excuse me, in that allowance, that 6 furlong on the dirt allowance, I go with Forget About It, Haley B, and Watch Your Tone. I could have just gone with Haley B and Forget About It, but just with Watch Your Tone, with how that one just missed it on the Bob for Gaudette last time, could potentially big enough day for Lacey today, but $38.40 ticket there for the start of the Rainbow Pick 4, and it starts in a claiming 40,000, going a mile and 16th on the dirt for the 3-year-olds. Keith, let's go ahead and take a look at Fun Loving Criminal. Your top selection for Claudio Gonzalez gets Yomar Ortiz today.
Yeah, kind of an angle I like. Freshened up 2 to 3 and ran a pretty good figure at 2 and was able to handle the route of ground, taking the overland trip here at Monmouth Park over the summer. Was able to settle off of that 1.78 try. Laurel got enough out of that one. It just kind of rolls up and goes out to a convincing victory. Was it 12 3/4 when it's all said and done? Ridden out. That was Lasix. In subsequent tries, had some trouble. Really had some bad luck in those races. So, given some time to regroup. We've talked about the last couple of days of Claudio with the 3-year-olds going long, even off a little bit of a break, stretching out sprinter route, or just straight up routes. He's been okay year in and year out. The barn's a little chilly right now.
Right.
See if this one, the freshening, did this one some good. So I think the money's going to come in big time on the 4 collection day, a runaway winner
Sure.
last time. I had things kind of its own way up front, but protect move with the Lasix on. I think Brittany now 43%, I think, with first-time Lasix, finally wins. So it's pretty strong. 2-4-6-5 for me. I thought Jones Falls ran well. Another one adding Lasix.
Right. Yeah. So that one caught my attention absolutely, which is why I went 4 wide in this. It was hard for me to find a real, because they're all relative standouts. Now, Shalonian, that one last time out, I understand that the numbers may not necessarily a bit soft, but they could be stronger against a couple of these others, like Jones Falls, like Collection Day. But with this one, I'm going a little bit off of that one. Showed a little bit of versatility. Had to fight the entire way
Yes. Yep.
around at
Yep.
Parks last time out. So to me, that grit right there is what attracted me to the Jamie Ness double entry. Race number
Agreed.
5 is a maiden at 12.5, going a mile and 16th on the dirt for the 3-year-old fillies. Keith, you and I both land on Then Come Morning. As I mentioned, this is my first single on my ticket. Phil Cap, blinkers on. J. Ron Barbosa coming really nicely off of the pace, just missing out in these last couple of starts.
Yeah, tough to separate me, the 3 and the 4. I'll give the edge to the 4 just because the wider trip was 4 wide, a long way in there. But take nothing away from Owakami's trot. Was right in position, caught in between horses. Didn't quite accelerate with Then Come Morning coming to the top of the stretch, but
Yep.
found a little trouble at mid-stretch and came back on late. These two, I think, should be able to get position from this inside post. Grass Cutter will go ahead and leave, but 3 of the 4 to me look like the 2 horses to beat in the 5th. Obviously, the 4 going to be a shorter price. My better bets of the day.
There you go. Race number. We'll be right back for a commercial and to talk about the rest of Sunday's card.
We're ready for the start. They're off.
Welcome back, and we're going to pick things up back again. In this claiming it never went to going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 4-year-old and up girls. You land on the one that draws in off of the AE list. That is Lady Clow for Claudio Gonzalez. This one coming off of a big 522-day layoff. Last time we saw this one was back in August of 2021 over at Monmouth Park.
Can we get our man into the winner's circle, Willard? Come
Right?
on now.
Yes.
Jorge Hernandez. One time. So, yeah, sneaks in off the AEs. An all or nothing type. Hasn't been seen for a long, long time.
Right.
Did gallop over this racetrack and did it at this distance. To the front, go ahead and send. There's some okay speed in here, but I think that's going to be the instructions. Open up and go as far as you can.
Why not?
And let's go. So that's my only thought about Lady Cloud. She is all or nothing. I think HOV lane, your top selection, I think might be the one you can trust to put in that first, second, or third position.
Right.
Shortens up just a little bit, positional speed, and can kind of spy it if a couple horses really want to get anxious early. This horse should be able to bring a finish
Or when
and
your
stay
top
the trip.
selection gets tired.
Yeah, or when my top selection gets tired. It happens.
You
It happens a lot.
You also include Lunar Ice for Damon Deal DeVico, of course, J. Ron Barbosa on top. That was a bit of a wrap-up job last time out. We obviously drop helps big time. We're cutting that in half from breaking the maiden at the 20,000 level.
Yeah, a couple tough trips, 2 back, 3 back. Put it all together. I should say 3 back, 4 back, 2 races back in that maiden score. Another one. 59 buyer, that works. And I like that the jock stays. You're right. The drop in class here, they mean business. Should be able to slide up and get that good position. If sometimes she's had a little interesting trip, not quite settling. If she can settle just a little bit behind these horses, she'll bring a punch through the lane.
What about the number 1 that you have on the rail? Cause to Dream, Bob Claceros, Karen Manos really stepped up, coming over here to Laurel off of a bit of, actually, that was a huge break, excuse me. Second after a long layoff, the first one just needed the race supposedly, but the one post is going to be interesting with the way this race is set up today.
Exactly. Going in the right direction. Third off of a breakup. One of its better races was at 7 furlongs. The first eighth of a mile, getting through that without having to be used too much or any kind of adversity is the key for Calls to Dream, because I think she'll bring a little bit better finish than she did last time.
Correct.
At 6. Tor Bronca, we don't have it, but I think it's going to take some play for Hammy. This is the one, if there's a kind of that meltdown, she's dropping a class, shortening up, could just steadily go by. She doesn't have that big kick, but this field certainly could come back to a few of these.
Toro Bronca underneath. Keith useless selections with 14, 11, 4, and 1. I go 11, 1, 8, 14. Race number 7 is This Allowance, going 6 furlongs on the dirt for the fillies and mares 4 years old and up. You have the rail horse on top. Golden Effect, Michael Trombetta, Caramanos, game effort from a bit off of the pace. Just again, this horse is a bit one pace, so when this horse is going to be a bit further back, can only gain so much.
Yeah, she had a little positional speed last time, got into a jackpot. We'll go ahead and roll the forget about it video because that's the
Yes.
same race. I miss this. I should have had this in here, but had a little bit of trouble going into the turn. So just imagine the one horse Golden Effect was only about a length off of it heading to the half cow and then just dropped back.
Got
so
it.
you see forget about it doing really hard work here, chasing. I mean, X-Man was into this horse very early. Pretty menacing move here by Golden Effect,
Yes.
but she spotted those horses a couple lengths into that turn. She gets beat 2 3/4 when it's all said and done. She's got to go 6 today. A little flattening out, but comes back with a good work. But forget about another gritty effort because she was under a ride a long way. Gets a slim lead there, but I'm getting there. Was able to slip through in between horses to get the job done. Forget about it. Might be the speed, but again, we talk about these horses that are down inside the first 8 3/16 of a mile mean a lot. If they can relax, bring a finish, it looks like Golden Effect might have found a home sprinting on the main track.
Well, I also saw in that when Golden Effect made that, as you said, menacing move, kind of sat in behind the leaders a little bit. Cruz there was a little bit of conversation between Caramanos and Golden Effect last time out, as saying, hey, made this move. Then the horse kind of ducked behind, forget about it. And he had to do that twice.
Yep.
It was very small, it was very minimal, but it made a huge difference in that effort last time out. So I love that pickup. You also have the 3 underneath, Haley B, Brittany Russell. But why not? It gets Jeremy Rose, comes and drives down from Delaware in Pennsylvania to make the call here for this one. Went out at Penn, but that transfer, Brittany doesn't run horses at Penn too much. So as of late, she's only done it once, and that resulted in a third back over here in Maryland. So with that was a thing that intrigued me, but I also this is a new move that I'm seeing from Brittany, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump on that bandwagon and maybe see if she can take me for a ride.
Well, from an ownership standpoint, you know, they gave her a little time. They got away with running her for 20. Nobody took her. Maybe she ran a little bit better than what they thought. They went up there and was able to protect her in that particular race, right?
Yep.
A little protect move, so working through some conditions. And that was a workmanlike victory. Broke a little slow, moved up between horses, no issues there, got outside around mid-turn, and one was something left. So she's obviously moving in the right direction. She might lay a little bit closer here with a better break. Yeah, because you get the 7s coming out of here. Now the 4 and the 7 are both out. The 7 might have shown a little speed. But, I think she's a little bit dangerous. And I think your horse, you've got in there, we talked about Watch Her Tone.
Yes.
She was really figuring things out before that break in November. Now she comes back off a race just beaten by Mavelis, who's a 9-time winner, who's as good as these, right, on her best game. So I going to use her in the exacted boxes as well. Maybe I'll key the 1.
There we go.
With the 5. I don't know if we're going to get a stool price here. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
In
but it's a bit of a godette here
She's got a lot of
today.
horses.
She's got a lot of horses in for some value here today on this Sunday of racing here in Maryland. Race number 8 is an allowance going 6 furlongs on the dirt. Let's go ahead and take a look at your top selection. Asking for a Baskin on the outside for Rudy Sanchez. Salmon gets John Vella yet again.
I tell you, sometimes you got to put horses on stable mill and follow them around. A little bump around here on December the 17th. Was able to kind of get within a few lengths early and just misses to Severe. Severe, like a 25-time winner we talked about.
Yes.
And used pretty hard to get into contention there. Was able to sustain. Works the trip out and comes on late. So follows this race up. We're going to let this roll, but a real good gutsy effort because this horse sustained under a big drive just to miss. Goes up the Parks. Is a big field. 14 horse field. This horse comes out of a nine horse field, a 14 horse field, and wins it 16-1 in a $10,000 starter. Who was in that race for this horse off of a run against Severe to get away at 16-1 for a capable barn? But this one's in very good form. I expect with a little bit better break, he can kind of go up and stalk because we know. We think we know who's going to be the leader here early, and it's going to be HP Moon.
Right, and I go for the HP Moon. How many days do we have off of the layoff? 358-day layoff. Blinkers come off. She's kind of back in action. This filly, she She had a lot of buzz about her before that first time out at Pimlico. Then they tried to put her in the spectacular bid. Just not maybe the move, but those two works, the gate work and that 5 furlong work. I love that move. I love the move of the 5 furlong work to get everything tightened up, and then that 3 furlong gate work specifically to get her really fast and quick out of there. So I go for it. I go with HB Moon, even though Lacey got it lately 9% first after the layoff, 5 for 54. But however, 8 seconds, 5/3. So there's some consistency there. Maybe they're always getting there. Just maybe run into some tough fields.
Yeah, still a protect move right in for the allowance. This guy, he was, he's been on an interesting ride with the hiccups and stuff that went on before his first race in New York.
Yes.
Came down, word was out, and galloped at Pimlico. I went back and looked at that race, Keita. Bold leader. He ended up in Camarero. You might have put something out one time on Lightning Round about that, or it was a Trombetta runner that went down there and won a stake. Radical Right recently in 91 in the city of Laurel. So a couple horses that have shown some serious ability. Off that break August to January, couldn't get it done. Retooled again. Will be the target in here. I think you got to look at sponsored. Well, another one of these Damon Dilladovico horses that cycle up and up through the conditions. Good effort. Just had a little work through a little traffic there late. Couldn't quite get his stablemate Jerry's Gem. Gets a little extra ground here today. I think with asking for Baskin probably going out and get position, I think Caramanos can slide down a little bit, save a little bit of ground, and maybe move up and get some cover around the turn and bring a finish.
I like your support of that move, absolutely.
I just, I like to give instructions. But, no, I always try to envision the trips, and that's what he should try to do, to be honest with you. You don't want to be hung 5 and 6 wide around that turn.
No.
You're moving into it. Save some ground. That's the key.
So we also both include in Picasso, Fresh Blood for Will Walden, J-Ron Barbosa, of course, coming in from Kentucky. But race number 9, our nightcap of the day, is this maiden claiming 30,000, 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 3-year-olds. You and I both land on City Creek for David Howard, J-Ron Barbosa.
Yeah, City Creek, good effort last time like this one. On the mark was just too good. That horse ran off the screen. He didn't run terrible yesterday. Made a little move in the around the turn on that stakes race. Got the laying in a little bit, final furlong. But that's good enough for me. I think is another one. Paced the long way here. I think City Creek stays around for a long way. 4, 3, 7, 1. I know we're running a little short of time. Got to get the lightning round. Let's go.
And let's go ahead. I go 4, 1, 7, 2, and let's talk about a couple points in the lightning round for Sunday's racing. Keith, let's go ahead and dig into it. Your best bet of the day and your value play. Race number 5, the number 4, then come morning.
Yeah, I think you like this one as well. Going to go back off the claim here. Phil Capuano, blinkers going on. Lasix had a really long, wide trip last time, and a good effort came on late to close in on that Brittany Russell runner. So I thought that was a good run. She should be poised to make a run from just off of it in here. Value play, I couldn't come up with a ton here. Okay, we're going to go race 3.
This is a day for it, right?
Just couldn't come up with a big price. Maybe we can get 7 to 2, 4 to 1 on Marley's Ghost. I like this horse with the blinkers, the Lasix on inside speed to go a long way here.
Keeping you updated for next week. We've got a watch party. Of course, Pegasus is going to be going on next Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, and we've got the party started early. We've got maybe Sam has some mimosas ready for you in the sports book for brunch because the gates open at 10:30 a.m. Of course, we've got an early post time of noon that day as well to go along with it. But if you're going to watch a Pegasus World Cup, that's the place to watch it, is the sports book. Go ahead, give some love to Sam. She'll take care of you wonderfully. And before we take off, we're just going to wrap things up and show you guys the races that went on yesterday. We're talking about all of these wonderful stakes that we had yesterday. The extra heat right now that we're seeing, the Jennings, the Geisha, the Fireplug, the What a Summer Stakes, and of course the spectacular bid. But we're gonna take off, Keith and I. And once we get done taking a look at this video, we're going to head over to Dave Rodman for some changes and scratches.
And real quick, for all you buyer figure people, I'll give you some buyers for these stakes. L Street Lady right there with a 71. Plot the Dots a 95. Award Wanted 80. Factor it in. Another big effort for Mancy and Sheffrey's 94. Love the winner's circle there. Big crowd.
Oh, it was great. You guys will get to see it on this clip. Michael Sheffrey, owner Michael Sheffrey's had an entourage. He had to actually he took a knee in the winner's circle. That was something that I really loved seeing. Fiat
Esprit 86 turning the tables there. We thought so. X-Man with his his typical little fist pump going by the wire. Prince of Jericho 83. Really good ride there. Wow. Sedano got position with that 4 wide move. Just cruised up around the turn and got it done. done going away. So there you have it, the wrap-up Winter Carnival. Enjoy the video. And Dave Rodman scratches and changes after this.